Okay, class, Mr. Bean here again. We're on lab 12.8, Mirrors in Reflection. This is now video part 3 called ray diagrams. All right, so let's see what ray diagrams are. There's an animation here that we can click on to give us a better idea of what we're looking at. And let me go ahead and scroll down here, okay, and take a look here. Okay, so let me go ahead and do some annotation here. So this is the object here. Let me go ahead and do some drawing. So this here is what we would call DO, which is like what we have, it's called the distance of the object. How far away is it from the mirror? This, of course, we know is the focal point right here. This is like the radius, okay, right here. And this is where the image is going to form right here. So we're going to go ahead and call this here DI. And that's the distance the image is from the mirror. That's DI. Okay, so we just want to identify certain things here. And while we're at it here, we can even call this here HO, which is what we would call the height of the object here. And this here, this distance right here, where the image is, we could call that HI, which would be the height of the, or we would call it the height of the image. The height as to HI, the height of the image would be right here. Okay, go ahead and hit pause here. And okay, class, we're going to continue on here. Over here are some basic steps. They tell you how to draw a ray diagram. So I'll go ahead and kind of do it over here to kind of help us out a little bit. So there's 3 rays you can draw, but we'll go ahead and do 2. So the first one you want to do is what's we call parallel. So you want to try to use a ruler here, make it as parallel as possible. When it hits the mirror, it's going to bounce and go through the focal point here, and make sure we're straight as possible. So that's the first one. That's this one here. And then they go like this here. It bounces off. The next one goes through the focal point, which is right here. Again, try to be as straight as possible. It's going to strike the mirror. Then it's going to reflect parallel. And where it intersects here is going to be the source of the image. Now, I may be off a little bit here, but we'll go ahead and kind of wherever it is, we're going to draw it like this. And notice here the image is upside down. And I didn't draw it very accurately, but if you draw it accurately, it might be bigger or smaller than the actual object. Now, so I think I'm off a little bit, but that's called a ray diagram. Okay. Let's go ahead and pause. So what you want to do now is for ray diagram A, you want to go ahead and make sure each one of these is 1 centimeter. Copy the above diagram, maybe on a piece of paper. If you have graph paper at home, that would be great. But it doesn't have to be, but try to sketch this on a regular sheet of paper and go ahead and draw the ray diagrams and draw the image where the lines converge. Pick a picture of it and go ahead and paste it in here. That's for diagram A. For ray diagram B, we have a special situation. What happens if the object is at the focal length? Okay, we'll discuss this later on, but go ahead and try to copy this and copy this again on a sheet of paper. Use this as a reference if you need to. Copy and paste into the box here. So that's ray diagram B. And then also do it for ray diagram C. So this one here says, what happens if the image or the object is inside the focal point? Okay, what happens now? Again, use this as a reference here. Draw and sketch it, take a picture and paste it into here. Okay, and the last one that we'll do is what we call the convex mirror. So again, there are some steps here that show you how to do it. Kind of follow these over here. Do another diagram. Draw the ray diagram. Draw where the image might be. And take a picture and copy and paste it into here. And that'll be the end of part 3.